Well, good day, everybody. I've asked Terry Bontemps to come back online with us. He's got some really, really good stuff coming up. Actually, he's got access to a tape this week that he's going to share with you. We're going to look at how to analyze it as well. And this fits in perfectly with what everybody's been asking me to do, which is, hey, we want to see more about notes. And so I'm going to get Terry here to dig a little bit deeper in. Terry, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good, Sil. How's it going?
All right. Very good. So how's your day going today?
Doing great. Just got this new pool of notes in, and what's really nice, Sil, is that we just did our first webinar with you last week, and really exciting. You never know when these pools are going to come through. So the first person I thought of was you and your group that I can, kind of show in deeper detail how the business works.
Well, that's perfect because the timing just happens to be really well timed. So, what I'll do is I'm going to hand over the reins to Terry here, and if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and email us like usual. And I think we're good to go.
Let's rock and roll, Sil. I'm ready.
Okay.
Well, I talked to you guys last time about how no buying is one of the most important trainings that you're going to get for your real estate investing business right now because of how powerful this strategy is. Guess what? I was absolutely right. Let me tell you, no buying right now is the hottest subject going. I was just sent 58 notes. Now, how many of you have ever received 58 properties or 58 notes at one time? That's powerful. And then I get to go through and pick what I want and choose, and it's all based upon numbers for me. And I'm going to talk about numbers as we move forward, but then we're going to talk about how to evaluate notes and bank tapes nationwide. Let me give you a wide range overview. We're not going to be very long simply because it doesn't take that much time. I'm just going to give an overview. I'm not going to go into real deep details. We're going to talk about what is a bank tape. Most of you probably already know what it is, but simply a bank tape is nothing more than one or two, 5, 10, 100, 1,500, 2,000 properties in an Excel spreadsheet that a bank will send out, a hedge fund will send out, a note, person that owns notes will send out for people like myself that are in the note buying business so that we can take a look at the notes and evaluate them. It's simply, if you're buying houses, you want to look at the house. I don't necessarily have to look at the house. I want to look at the numbers. I want to look at the documents, the papers, because they tell a story of how I make my profits. This bank tape has a city, has state, zip code. It talks about the primary borrower, the occupancy, BPOs. It gives you the BPO date, origination date, maturity date, last payment, interest rate, the current and original principal balance, and it talks about the monthly payment and the taxes. That's what I need to know in order to make money. See, I make my money on the paper side. I know it's kind of strange for most of you, like you're scratching your head. Matter of fact, you're probably doing what I did when I started running into these hedge funds and they started informing me and teaching me about how the paper was more valuable to them than the house. Let me tell you, I had one hedge fund tell me, Terry, we don't care about the house. And I was kind of hurt, It's like, man, I've loved houses my whole life. I loved going there and fix them up and, turn around and sell them and make money from them. That was what I did. But after I started working with these guys, they mentored me on the business. I kind of got the same outlook. So it's real simple. What I want to do is take this note, all this information I just talked about. I want to buy the paper, and then essentially what I want to do is I want to get Sil to buy the property. Now Sil's in the notes, but I'm going to use Sil as a house buyer. I want to make as much money as I can from the paper, and then turn it over to Sil. I want to let Sil do all the rehab. I want Sil to deal with the tenants, the toilets, and the trash, and the landlording, and that's how Sil makes his money. Now, I'm a landlord and I'll die a landlord, but boy, I'd much rather take this paper, make some profits, sell it to Sil, and be done. Go look at another one. So in essence, I haven't even left my house. What I'm going to show you guys today is all my analysis I've done sitting in my living room, and it took me probably about an hour to put this PowerPoint together. I did my research. My research probably took me about an hour, and I put this PowerPoint together for you guys. So I got 2 hours into this, and I just picked one note, and it's in, where is it, Michigan? Okay. And I haven't left my house, but I'm going to show you guys what I do. So again, I'm going to turn it over to Sil, let Sil make a little bit of money, but I want to make my money on the paper, turn it. We call it turning and burning, turning and burning. Okay, again, not breaking a sweat, not leaving the house, making a little profit, and then moving on. And then we'll talk a little bit about how to evaluate notes today. So again, here's the note buying requirements in order for you guys to work with me, okay? Number one, you got to be in my note buying coaching program. Why? Because I just don't like working with anybody. People I don't know, not associated with. I know nothing of them. I don't know where they're going, what they're doing. But with people that are in my coaching program, we're in the same lane, going the same places. That way I can better help. If you're like one of my coaching students, I can better help you because, again, I know something about you. I know how much, capital you have to work with. I know, if you want to try to get it for cash flow. We go into real details. So that's why I'm only interested in working with people that are in my note buying coaching program. You got to have some capital to work with. This is not a no money down, we're going to flip deal. Why? Because there's so much personal information that we have on these homeowners. And basically, you just don't let these lists out to anybody, because I guarantee you, if I let this list out, hey, by next week it'll be back to me, and it'd probably be twice the price that the package really is. So, we note buyers, we really value this information, and we try to protect it. You got to show me a proof of funds in your name, okay? And I need to see a bank statement. So, again, if you're one of my coaching students, you got capital, all I want to do is see a bank statement that says you got X number of dollars, and then we can go in and get all the pertinent information from these note portfolios so that you can start evaluating. I can start helping you evaluate notes. You got to be a principal in the transaction. Nothing against brokers. I was a broker at one time, but man, I'll tell you, that was a very difficult world, because brokers, you don't know if the person on the other end is a broker. You don't know if you're dealing with a broker. You get a real buyer that's ready to buy, and you get this deal all set up, and you come to find out the person on the other end is what we call a joker broker, or someone that's not really into the business. You lose a good relationship. So you, as someone that is trying to establish yourself in the business, you probably want somebody that's serious, so that can help you, again, build your credibility and show that you are someone that people can do business with. You don't want somebody on the other end that's going to ruin your reputation and kill your credibility. Okay? Again, you must know the business and have an idea how it works. I'm not asking you to be perfect, but at least you got to have some basics about the business, because if you don't, you're setting yourself up for a big failure. You will lose in the note business. If you think you can just go out and do notes after you come from the house business, I'm telling you guys, hey, I'm giving you a warning in advance. You are going to lose your money. You're going to lose your credibility. It can't be done. There's too many moving pieces. I always say people that buy houses, they're playing checkers. It's a great game, but us note buyers that have been in for a long time, we're chess players. It's much more strategic, and you got to know how to put yourself in positions to win. A lot of thinking involved, very cerebral. Not saying that you house buyers are not cerebral. I'm not saying that. I'm just letting you know in advance. There's a lot of moving pieces in the note business. I call it the Rubik's Cube. Every time you turn it, you see something different. Okay? And I'm telling you, notes will wear you out. You'll be tired. Okay, and there's so many different ways to lose. So I'm just giving you guys a little warning in advance, something you should be thinking about if you're going to be serious in the note business. Okay, I'm not looking to flip notes. Now, once you buy it, there's no problem flipping it. Or once you got your money partner set up, you go, hey, Terry, I got a money partner right here. He or she wants to be in the business. He or she does this and that. See, I'm okay with that. Why? Because now I know exactly what you're trying to do. That way I can put myself in a good position also. There's no exceptions to this. There's no exceptions. I've done it before, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I've done it a lot of years. I tried to work with people that didn't fit in this square peg that I'm working with. All I did was gave myself headaches, and I'm not willing to do that anymore. Let me tell you about the pool summary. There's 58 notes, okay? And if you start from the top left-hand corner, they have a UPB of $2.7 million. They got a BPO of 2.1. Simply, they're upside down. No biggie, no big deal. I'm okay with that because I'm going to buy at a discount, okay? There's 24 states. The average UPB, unpaid principal balance, per state is about $47,000. The average BPO, which is the broker's price opinion, per state is about $37,000. There's 18 properties that are occupied, 12 are vacant, 28 are unknown. There's 12 notes in Ohio, 6 in Illinois, 5 in Indiana. There's 4 notes in New York. There's 3 notes in Michigan, and I'm going to talk about 1 note. It's the first note. I just picked it off, and I started with that, with my analysis. There's 3 notes in New Jersey, 3 in Pennsylvania, 2 in Missouri, 2 in Maryland, 2 in Minnesota. There's 2 notes in South Carolina, North Carolina, 1 note in Washington, D.C., 1 note in Iowa, 1 in Vermont and New Hampshire, New Mexico, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and Massachusetts, and 1 note in Texas. That's how this breaks down. So I'm in California, and there's nothing in California. So if I was to try to wait on a package with notes in California, I'd probably be waiting a long time. So what happens? The hedge fund sends out this pool. I go where they have properties and notes at. I take whatever they have, no matter where I'm at. Note business is treated the same. Notes in California are the same whether they're in any of these states right here. It's real simple. It's a great process. It's a franchise. So I don't care where the note is. I'm going to do my numbers. I'm going to offer it a discount, and I'm going to do my exit strategies, and I'm going to hope to make some profit of it. So I love this business. Here is the tape. It's really simple. I'm going to go over the top of it so you guys can see it. Okay, up top, what you can't see, it has a city. That's the far left. Has the state, the property zip code. And the tape that I have, it has the primary borrower's name. So I can go in and do a lot of research based on just the borrower's name. I can check, see if they've filed bankruptcy. I can see, again, if the foreclosure sale is scheduled as far as going into the going into the county records research or the land office. I can check all that information out. There's the occupancy. So the one we're going to look at, it's occupied. Okay, I've got the BPO date, I got the BPO value. If you take a look at this, you guys should write these numbers down because I'm going to go back and use them again. Okay, so if you don't get them all right now, that's okay. You get them later. Stop the recording, write the numbers down. Again, I'm going to use them later. I'm going to take this information, everything that's in yellow, and I'm going to plug it into my app. My note buying app that's in the iTunes store. I'm going to plug these numbers in. I'm going to calculate how much I want to offer the note, and the note buying app will do all the math for me, do all the calculations. So again, that's why I love that app that I've developed also. Okay, so again, note buyers. Every time we do a deal, it's always in this Excel spreadsheet format. So once you learn the note business, it's treated the same again and again and again and again. So imagine getting better and doing lots and lots of numbers and being able to take this tape and plug the information in. You do this long enough, guys and girls, you're going to be good at this business. There is no Murphy's Law. I love it. The only Murphy's Law that jumps up in this note business is if you don't know what you're doing. So going back on the top, we got the BPO date, which is, again, July of 2013. That's old. So before I even think about purchasing, I got to make sure I get an updated version, which means I got to go out and figure out what the property's worth and then base my offer based upon that. But let's just use these numbers, okay? The BPO value is $26,500. The loan origination date, July 2008. The loan maturity date is May of 2040. Now, if you guys look at this real close, which I noticed, this loan is 32 years. Basically what that means is this loan, because I've already done some research, there's a loan modification already in place. Usually loans come in 15, 20, 30 years, some 40 years, but this one's 32 years, okay? The last payment made was October of 2012. So this note hasn't been paid in about a year and a half. That's a good reason for the hedge fund, the bank, whoever owns this, to sell this note because they're not getting payments. So they said, you know what, let's liquidate it for some cash and move on. We're not going to go through the foreclosure process. It's going to cost us a little bit more money to do that. Why don't we just take the note and sell it to this guy called Terry Bontemps? He loves notes that are non-performing. He doesn't care. He just wants to make a profit. And he's going to turn around and he's going to try to sell it to Seal later.
Nice.
Just messing with you, Seal. Just messing with you, man.
Hey, Terry, while you're on that sheet,
yes.
I'm just curious, where does it say whether it's first or second or third position?
These are all first loans, Seal.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing that up also, because my specialty is seconds, and that's normally what I go after. But once you know second, Seal, first are just a piece of cake. All right. Hey, the interest rate is 5.13. The current principal, the current unpaid principal balance is $66,000. The original unpaid principal balance is $61,646. The monthly payment is $373. Now, what that is principal and interest. Okay, taxes and insurance is included on top of that. So I want to make sure you guys understand this payment is the principal and interest, $373. They got some taxes that are due, which is $918. Now, again, that information going straight across is called my tape. I take that information. I used to do it by hand. I used to have my paper, my pencil, and my calculator. Then one day I says, man, Terry, you've been doing this so many times, dude. All you got to do is take that iPhone and create an app so that it does automatically for you. You can get rid of the paper and the pencil and the calculator. Just plug the information in, hit how much you want to buy the note for, and voila, all the information kicks out for you. Make it easy on yourself. It's called automation. So I'm excited about that. So again, taking the information, upload the data. For you that are not tech savvy, data is just information and numbers. The data is the interest rate. The data is the unpaid principal balance. The data is the BPO. All that stuff is called data in the tech world. So now it makes you guys tech savvy. All right. So again, what I want you guys to do, you need a QR code scanner. Go download a QR code scanner. Scan this QR code. That'll take you to my iTunes page so you can pull up my free app. Now, it's up on the iTunes store. We're still doing a few revisions, but when it's finished, you guys, I'm telling you, you're going to love it because it fits perfect for the note buying business. This app is like a franchise. Again, every single time you look at a note, same questions are asked. Fill in that information in the app, put in your offer, and you'll see the returns that it puts out. Plus, you could send that to your private lender in a matter of seconds. So again, you see on the right-hand side, that's what I'm going to be working with on my app, just that one page. All right, so simply, on the app, I have a page. It's called bank information. So all the information I pulled on top of that tape, I've transferred to the left. And so I take that information, input it into my app. Okay, so that's all I did. And again, it's called bank information that I input that data. Okay, so next what I want to do for me personally, show me the money, Terry, okay? I want to show you guys the way I think about the notes when I buy them. Okay, so simply when I spend money, I want to know what my returns are. I already have in my head, if I spend a certain amount of money, I want to know what that return is going to be. I want to know how much I'm spending on the dollar. I want to know exactly when I want my investment back. So I'm going to go through this with you guys. Real estate is a numbers game, and most investors never talk about the numbers. And it amazes me when people say, hey, Terry, I got a great deal. I said, well, tell me the numbers. How much profit's in that property? What are my exit strategies? How do I win? How do I lose? Those are things I want you guys to tell me, or anybody that's in real estate, I want you to tell me that. And when people say, well, hey, here it is, you figure it out. I'm not too excited about that. I want you to tell me the profits I make. So for me personally, if I put some money out, the question is, what's the minimum amount I want to make of my deals? I want to make $5,000, okay? That's me. I don't know what you want. That's entirely up to you. But I look on every deal to make at least $5,000. How long am I willing to wait to get my money back? 2 years. I'll make an investment. I'll wait 2 years to get that money back. I'll go a little bit longer, but I'm shooting for 2 years. Now, I want you guys to remember, Terry said 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. That's going to come up a little bit later. What's my interest rate that I want on my money? Well, I'm looking for 15%. Okay, 15%. Not bad. How much am I willing to spend on the dollar? I want to spend 50 cents on the dollar, okay, to buy a note, to buy real estate. 50 cents on the dollar. Real estate's valued at $1. I want to buy it at 50 cents. That's just my numbers. That's what I shoot for. And a lot of you I know are going, Terry, you're kidding me. 50 cents on a dollar? Yeah, that's right. 50 cents on a dollar. I said, did you have something to say there? I thought I heard you.
Yeah, I was just saying, compared to Rios, I mean, Rios today are almost at market value in most neighborhoods and most markets. So, you're looking at that at 50 cents on a dollar. That's like a steal.
Well, we talk about numbers again. So most investors, they go out and they find stuff, and you go, hey, what are you buying on the dollar? or what's your deal on the dollar? Right then and there, I know. Well, it's 85 cents on the dollar. Well, shit, that's a little bit too much for me, Seal. I mean, that means there ain't much room in that deal for me to make some money. So if I can buy a note, Seal, at 50 cents on the dollar, go in and do some work on it, maybe go in and get the deed from the homeowner, and then I'm at maybe 70 cents when I'm said and done, I'm looking for you, Seal, to say, hey, Seal, I got a property, 70 cents on the dollar. Are you interested? Seal says, yes, good. I bought it 50, I sold it 70. I made 20 cents on the dollar without even touching the property. I didn't leave my house, Seal. That's weird.
Beautiful.
But that's where we're at right now, the note buying business, Seal. So again, going back to the numbers, everything on the left-hand side came off the tape. So what I did, I put it in my app. Now I'm on the Offer the Bank worksheet page of my app. Now, what I decided to do, I decided to offer the bank $10,000, Seal, and here's the reason why. I said 2 years is the amount of time I would like for my money to be out, and I would wait 2 years to get my money back. Now, on this property, the monthly payment on the note is $390. Okay, that's the principal and interest payment. So what I did, Seal, make it real simple. I said, look, do $390 a month times 24 months, which is 2 years. And that came out a little less than 10,000, but I just rounded off. Okay, let's put 10,000 in my calculator and let's see what would happen. Let's put $10,000 into that note buying app and let me see what the return is going to be. Seal, if I offer 10 grand on this note, my interest rate is going to be 46% if the bank accepts. If the hedge fund accepts, I'll make 46%. That's based upon that homeowner making $390 a month payments to me for 2 years, Sil. Okay, so here's the way it works. I get $390 a month for 12 months. Okay, that divided by that $10,000 gives me the return of 46. I get a 46% ROI on my money. Okay, there's 312 months remaining of payment, Seal, on that loan. Again, the monthly payment is $390. If that homeowner makes every single payment, Seal, this is why I like the loan modification. This is why I like keeping homeowners in their house. This is why I don't want to do any maintenance. I don't want to do any management. I don't want to do any rehab. This is the golden goose for me, Seal. This is what makes me rich. Why? I keep the homeowner in. I look for a check every month for 390 months, and I want this homeowner to pay every single payment, and then the house is theirs. It could be direct deposit. It could be mailbox money, icing on the cake. That's what I want. So I want $121,000 coming into me from a $10,000 investment. Seal, this is a beautiful business. Now, out of that $121,000, $58,000 is interest. Okay, $58,000 interest, and that's basically what you pay your taxes on. Is that's $58,000? That's interest. The homeowner pays interest. They get to write that off. As the bank, I'm getting interest. I got to pay taxes on that money. Don't want to get into that. Okay, don't want to get everybody all confused and like scratching their head on this, Seal. But my app figures all this out for you. It's going to take me again 24 months to get my money back. Seal, I'm buying that note for 16 cents on the dollar, a first mortgage. Oh, can you see why I get excited about this business, Seal? And I'm wondering.
Absolutely, that is awesome.
Why come no one else is doing this? Why it's not well known? It's not well known, Seal, because most investors, they look at the house, all they want to do is flip something. That's what the gurus taught. I'm not mad at the gurus, but that was the big thing. Flip, 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 flip. Flip and make $3,000 or $4,000. Flip, flip, flip. Everybody's excited about the flip. Doing note buying, Seal, you got to go to college to get the education. And most people want to do the simple, fastest thing, which is to flip something, make a quick profit, pay for some groceries, pay for some bills. But man, if they went to college and really learned this note buying business, look at the returns that you can make from a $10,000 investment. Okay, again, there's 312 payments remaining. The total loan to value, Seal, on this is 40%. So if worst comes to worst, and if I have to take the property back, at such a low loan to value, I could turn around and quick sell the property. You know, maybe I can fix it and flip it. Or, you know what I can do, Sil? Why don't I just give it to you, sell it to you, and let you do what you got to do, just as long as I leave enough money in there for you. There's many different exit strategies, and we'll talk about that. But that's kind of like how I use my calculator, my app. Okay, again, so let me just quickly review. Talked about showing me the money. I want to make a minimum of $5,000. I think I can do that with this property. If I can get that homeowner to make the payment, Sil, just modify the loan, figure out what happened to them, where they're at now, what they like to do. I'm hoping they say, Terry, we hit some hard times. We want to keep our house. We can afford the payments. That's what I'm hoping for, Sil. 2 years to take me to get my money back. Okay? I talked about the interest rate. I only wanted a 15%, but if this person makes all the payments, Sil, I get 46. I'll triple what I wanted. That's in the best case scenario, and that's what I'm talking about now. There are other things that can happen, Sil. Not worried about those yet. Okay? I'm just going through all my preliminary thinking first, Sil. I haven't put my offer in. I'm just thinking about everything first to make sure I cover my bases, cover my numbers, do my due diligence. Then I'm ready to make a move. How much on the dollar was I willing to buy paper for? 50 cents on the dollar. But I'm actually going to put an offer in on this note for 40 cents on the dollar. Here's the house, Sil. Here's the house I want to buy a first mortgage on for $10,000. Make sure everybody gets that. I'm buying the note. I'm Bank of America. This person has to make payments on me. I don't own that, Sil. I might be able to own it. I don't own it now. I just own the paper. There's like a side view. So far, if you take a look at that, Sil, looks like a pretty decent neighborhood. Look like someplace I'd live. It's not a war zone. House may need some repairs. Because you look up on the roof there and you kind of see something blew up, like a tarp or something on the roof, but that's okay. There's a side view. House is there somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it's there. And that's a reverse view, so there's that blue tarp up there, Sil. So again, this picture, I don't know, how old it is. Went to Google Maps. Isn't that nice, Sil? I can go to Google Maps, take a look at the neighborhood, take a look at the house. Things might have changed since then. I can have a realtor go and take pictures for me just to validate, and I keep moving. Well, Terry, don't you got to go look at the house? No, I don't have to look at the house. I do the numbers first, Sil, have somebody go look at the house, and voila, I'm done. There's that tarp coming off the backside, and what I'm looking at right now is the BPO that was done. These are the pictures that I received, Sil, on this note. In the file, we get all this information. This is another thing I love about notes. You get so much information. I call it like Martha Stewart. Some people, might take that negatively, but I call it all inside information. It's what we do. It's not illegal. The hedge fund, the banks give me all this information so I can form my basis and analysis and see if I like to buy it. Perfectly legal. So let's talk about what's included in the collateral file that comes with this. You got a quitclaim deed, you get the note, the foreclosure attorney information, you get a title report, copy of the BPO, you get the assignment, loan modification agreement, you get credit reports, the history ledger, you get the borrower's financial information, you get their bank accounts. Wow, there's just so much. If they file bankruptcy, you get that information. You get a hardship letter, tax returns, and you get the purchase agreement. So, Sil, I get all this stuff, and it helps me make a financial decision. I love it. Now, right here, this is the BPO, and I'm just going to go through some things real quickly. First of all, I want to say this again. I already told you guys. This date, the date was July 28, 2013. Yes, we're about a year old on the BPO, but I can go in and get it updated. I can go check the property out thoroughly, furthermore, if I want to. Okay, let's see. It says the property here is vacant, not boarded, appears secure, needs exterior repairs. Big deal. Average pride of ownership, no abandoned houses, strong residential community, evident pride of ownership. Most probable buyer on a property like this would be an investor. Okay, no problem. The neighborhood price range is $12,500 to $65,000. $12,500 to $65,000. The as-is value is $26,500. Again, this is a year ago. Okay, may have gone up, may have gone down. I'm going to check it out just to make sure. The suggested list price is $34,900. As repaired, suggested price $44,900. Estimated repairs about 10 grand. Okay, I'm good with that. Value is repaired 36.5. Quick sell 20 grand. So if I bought it at 10, quick sell it for 20. Sell it to you for 20. Sell if I sold it 20,000 to you and let you take off and do something with the property, I'll make 10 grand. Sell. I didn't do anything. I didn't lift the hammer. I didn't go to Home Depot. I didn't deal with tenants, toilets, trash. Wasn't a landlord. If I could sell this to you today, still I'd probably have about 3 hours in this deal. I make 10 grand. Didn't break a sweat. So earlier, I talked about the exit strategies. Exit strategies: foreclose, refinance, sell, deed in lieu foreclosure, short sale, cash for keys, and a loan modification. I'm banking on loan modification. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, I got to deal with those other 6 strategies. We're not going to go over them today because I'm banking on loan mod. And just want to let you guys know I love my exit strategies, all 7. If I buy correctly, I'm going to win on this no deal one way or the other. I just have to deal with the homeowner first to figure out which foreclosure strategy is going to work best for me. Again, I talked about investors that buy houses. You got 2 exit strategies. You buy and you sell, or you buy and you rent. I've got 7. Again, note buying has nothing to do with being a landlord. This is a rental property. I still own this property. I'm a landlord. I'm going to die a landlord. I like notes better, but I still like being a landlord also. Because sometimes when I buy the note, the homeowner gives me the property. Still, I can rent it out and get cash flow. I'm okay with that. Again, what happened on this property, the city fined me. The people I moved in, it didn't look like this when they moved in. Still, they got on that crank, man, and they had pit bulls on the inside, pit bulls on the outside. I was hating being a landlord. Just wish I would have bought notes. Anyway, I fixed this property back up, still got it rented out now, and it's just part of the process, okay? Luckily, I had some cash flow to be able to go in and do the repairs, get them out, and move on so that I can get another tenant there. Again, there's no maintenance. You never pay, do repairs, fix toilets. You never pay retail for houses. There's no liability and management responsibilities. If someone falls down on the property, who do they sue? They sue the landlord. They don't sue the bank. The bank doesn't get sued. I like that. Hey, and I never need the permissions, homeowner's permission to buy the note. On this note that I just looked at, Seal, I don't have to ask the homeowner for the permission to buy it. Bank, hedge fund is selling it, note buyer selling it, I can buy. I can buy houses, Seal, and I don't need the owner's permission. I can control houses. Take that back. I control houses. You never have to qualify for loans. You don't have your credit check. There's no real estate agents' commissions to pay. I'm not paying real estate agents' commissions, Seal. Guess who pays that? You do. When you buy the house and you sell it, you pay real estate commissions. That's part of your cost, not mine. There's no escrow fees, termite reports, or title fees to pay. None of those garbage stuff. As the bank, Seal, think about it. If you own your house, the bank doesn't pay any of that. And in California, there's no 3 1/3 California withholding tax. And there's virtually no competition. Seal? What a great business. Again, when you buy the note, you don't own the property. You own the note and the mortgage, not the property. You own the right to collect what was owed to the previous note holder, to the previous bank, to the previous hedge fund. You get paid or you get control the property. What I mean by controlling the property is the civil code says that if a person doesn't make the payments, I have the right as a lien holder to foreclose. So you get paid or you get control of the property. I can foreclose and take it to auction. Maybe that's a place that I get paid. Or, again, I talked about getting a deed, then I could probably sell it to an investor like Seal. But I know Seal's starting to think about this in a different perspective now because I've been kind of beating on him and hammering on him and teaching him. And so I think he's open now to start looking at notes a little closer.
Oh, you bet.
Again, let me just say this, you guys. There's 2 ways you guys lose when you invest in buying notes. Okay? You pay too much for the note. And if you guys do not know what you're doing, you will lose. And by the time you lose your money and your credibility, you could have easily paid for a coaching program. You could have paid for a great mentor to lead you and guide you so you wouldn't make those mistakes. Let me tell you, I know someone that's a great coach and mentor. Yep, that's me. I've set myself up there, you guys. Yes, I have. I got a great coaching program for you. And then on top of that, if you got some capital, I got the hedge funds that I'm working with. So I can walk you through this process and I can teach you. I've got the app to help you out also. So I don't understand. Why wouldn't a person do this, Seal? It's the perfect way to get educated. I'm going to work with them one-on-one, teaching them the business. I'll walk them and guide them through this, and I even have the hedge funds that they can work with, Seal. I've been doing this since 2001, Seal. I've got 13 years in of buying notes, man, and I'm enjoying every moment of it right now like I was when I first started. Seal, that's it, man. I got to get going. It actually went longer than I wanted to, but again, this is kind of like part 2. I really enjoyed all the questions and the response that we got. We got some signups into the coaching program. So with that being said, if you got anything, Seal, you want to throw in, go right ahead. But I got to get back to this package. I got to talk with some other students and see if I can't get some of these notes taken care of. So you got anything, Seal, you want to add to that, please?
I just want to say thank you very much, Terry, for being on, and again, for sharing your experience and your knowledge. You know what? You keep reminding me that I got to stop doing regular real estate and get back into notes, which is what I'm doing now. So.
Yeah, I noticed. I got that email from you today that said you're going to start calling banks again. I was like, wow. Hey, Sil, actually, if we can get some of the students to buy some of these notes and they get involved, what I'm going to do is another case study. I'll do a part 3 of this. I'll take the whole note, tell you exactly what they did, tell you exactly what the exit strategy is, and exactly how they're going to make money so that we can even drill down deeper. Still, the more you drill down on this, the more exciting it gets. And then you duplicate it again and again and again and again and again and again. It's cookie cutter. Perfect franchise. There is no other real estate system. Still, I've been involved with real estate for a long time. I've done foreclosures. I've done lease options. I've done REOs. I've gotten the deeds. I've taken properties subject to. I always had to worry about the bank. And I always had to pay the bank off, but I always had Murphy's Law. I had all those costs, real estate commissions, that ate into my profits. So with all that being said, Sil, this is the only system I know of right now that I can control the property. Why? Because I got that note. I'm the bank. All right, Sil, that's it for me, man.
I love it, Terry. Thank you very much, and look forward to that part 3.
All right. Take care, everybody. Nice talking to you. Have a good time. See you later. Bye.
Well, everyone, thank you very much for being on the call tonight, and we'll see you around for part 3.